Kaiser, what's your recording process? They ask. Well, if it's any consolation to you, if you need some behind the scenes, I just spent the last 2.5 hours staring into space with the OBS open. Let's talk about how shit maps are. Sorry. Okay, that's not fair. I'm not going to say that every map or even most maps in Dead by Daylight are crap, right? There's only really a handful of them, probably about 10% of them that are just like so ungodly awful that I just don't want to play on them. Hawkins, RPD, Haddonfuck, Temple of Purgation, Mother's Dwelling. Honestly, ever since the Borgo changes, I don't even think Borgo fits in that category. For me personally, most of the maps in the game are fine. But one of the biggest problems that I have is that behavior has a really weird addiction to, oh, I'm sorry, Garden of Joy. Garden of Joy is a piece of fucking shit. Okay, so anyway, like I was said, one of the things that's been baffling me for a very long time is that behavior has a really weird addiction to attempting to have us play on the same maps over and over and over again, regardless of whether or not we actually want to. So recently, Behavior released a tweet saying that they are bringing back the community choice for an event. And the community choice is basically this little link where we all go and we vote for what we want for the event. So the categories this time around were what kind of rewards would we like for the events. Now, I voted for double XP because iridescent shards are the most scarce source in the game. And if you voted for 2 times daily ritual blood points or more fragments, I'm concerned for you. Then we voted for login bonuses. So there was some that wanted to give more blood points and shards, and that's the one I voted for. Then there was one that wanted to give more rift fragments. Don't vote for that one. And then there was one that was a nice balance. And honestly, if you do a nice balance or if you do blood points and shards, you know, both are fine. But rift fragments, come on, guys. And then we get to the part that I wanted to talk about today, which is the map votes. Now, basically, whenever Behavior does one of these community choice things, they give 3, I think it's 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah. They give 3 sets of maps, and then you vote on your favorite one on each of the sets, and then the winners from the 3 sets have their RNG cranked up to about a fucking billion. And you will play those maps, and only those maps, for the entirety of the event. The entirety of the event? The entirety of the event. You will play only those maps. And it is every single time, without fail, one of the most miserable experiences in Dead by Daylight. And I say this regardless of the maps that get picked, right? I think one community choice they did like, and this was still when I was mainly killer instead of like almost 50-50 like I am now. They did, we got Dead Dog, Mid Bitch, and Rancid Police Dicks. And I had to play Dead Dog, Mid Bitch, and Rancid Police Dicks over and over and over again until eventually I wanted to fucking cry. And that is because something that this game severely lacks is variety. I have a video planned on talking about some of the maps that we missed out on and how we shouldn't have missed out on them, but the same point's going to be here. The thing about Dead by Daylight, and this is one of the reasons why I was so excited when they announced the repetition preventer system in Dead by Daylight, where it would stop you from playing on the same map twice in a row, but then I was highly disappointed when I realized that it wouldn't stop you from playing on the same realm twice in a row, but then I realized that's not entirely possible because like 3 realms make up like half the map pool. Okay, but the point is that, oh, Batum. Batum is another map I can't fucking stand. Okay, so we're up to like 7, right? Anyway, like I was saying, the point is that it's really, really frustrating to sit here and have to play the same maps over and over and over again. It's also incredibly frustrating to have to play the same realms over and over and over again. Now, I've spoken in the past about how I think that certain chapters in Dead by Daylight's future should be focused to just doing things with the game. Have a chapter where you rework a bunch of perks, have a chapter where you rework a bunch of killers, have a chapter where you fix the fucking code. And I think it'd be cool to have a chapter where we introduce a bunch of new maps. I would like to see a chapter that's literally just like 6 more maps get added to the game. And actual maps, please. I don't need another fucking 3 Cockwinds and 1 Azerovs and another fucking McBillen estate, okay? We don't need more of those, right? I don't want to see things in the same realm. I want to see new, fresh ideas, new maps, a 3rd story indoor map, something on a fucking mountaintop. I was thinking like it'd be kind of cool to like for the Trickster if we like got to play like around in a giant auditorium or something, you know? Just main shit like that, right? I think a chapter with new maps would be great and a fresh start. But the point that I'm trying laboriously to get to, again, is that there's a lack of variation in map distribution. And it can be very, very irritating whenever you log on to play Dead by Daylight and let's say you play like a 3-hour session, right? Each game's about 8 minutes. You play a 3-hour session, you count in queue times. That's around 15-ish games or so, right? Maybe 10. Let's say 10. That's around 10-ish games when you factor in queue times. And of those 10 games, you play Cockwind 4 times, and you play fucking RPD 3 times, right? And then you might get Mount Ormond if you're lucky, and then you get Borgo, and then your last one, if I'm doing my math right, I'm just talking off the top of my head here, and then your last one, you get fucking, I don't know, Father Campbell's Chapel, right? Well, you're gonna be sick of Cockwind and RPD because you've played those for the majority of your time that day. And having an entire week where we have to play the same 3 maps because you cranked the dial all the way up is obsessively annoying. And what's really annoying is I'm looking at the vote results, and 40% of you on the 3rd shot voted for fucking Hawkins. Fuck Hawkins. The point is that Dead by Daylight behavior really... The point is that behavior really needs to stop doing this. They need to stop cranking maps up to 1 billion because we already don't have that much variety. On a normal average time period of Dead by Daylight, when we don't have any events going on and they haven't cranked the thing up, you still find yourself playing the same maps over and over and over again. Because, like I said earlier, 3 of the realms in this game make up close to half the map pool. And it's just not fun. It's not an interesting and engaging thing. We need variety. That's what keeps live service games alive. The same premise with different outcomes. But that's the video today, guys. I'm sorry this one's a lot shorter than I normally do. I just wanted to talk on this and, you know, point out the fact that just map variety just needs to go. I'm sorry, map variety needs to get better. I'm sick of them cranking up map codes to have us play on the same one over and over again. Just please stop doing it. But as always, a special thank you to my channel members, Peter RJ, Cinegrim, The Cannibal Main, Tabasco Raccoon, Alex Balix, Ryan Gesture, Spirit Upgrades, and Nuclear Bomb for their additional support. If you want to find out how to get thanked at the end of every single video, as well as perks like seeing videos early, then make sure you click that join button down below to find out how to become a channel member today. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow.